that work then, and they work for us in the real estate world as we make some of our most important decisions. So these are some higher level strategies. These are just ideas around mindsets and the ways that we should approach going into the actual negotiation. The first tip is it's not about you versus them. It is about you versus your expectations. You see, there are only going to be 3 outcomes to any negotiation. You're going to meet your expectation, you're not going to meet your expectations, or you're going to exceed your expectations. That's it. So it really still does all revolve around you. Spending time worrying about the other person and making it a personal conversation versus a business conversation only takes away that time, energy, effort, and clarity that you need to make sure that you walk into a negotiation with the right intention, right purpose, and ultimately to get the right outcome. There are a lot of times that we spend researching the other person, whether it's through LinkedIn or Facebook or some other social media platform, that really, it's fine, it doesn't really hurt, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help. And so by personalizing it, all you're doing is adding emotion, and we already have enough to worry about in terms of managing our own emotions around our own expectations. So take the other person out of it, understand clearly what your expectation is going into the negotiation, and you're going to be better off for it. The second tip is there is value to everything in a negotiation. Just because you don't value it doesn't mean the other person doesn't value it. And so it's really important to know that there's value to everything. There's value to time, obviously. There is value to peace of mind. Being able to lay your head on the pillow at night knowing that your house is sold or is under contract and you can move forward. Those things are all valuable. There's value to service levels, obviously. So there is value to everything in going in and having a great strategy and knowing the right questions to ask so you can understand what the value is for you, what the value is for the person on the other side, allows you to get a little bit more creative and bring together solutions that help everybody and don't just focus on the bottom line. We know the bottom line is important. You know it going into the negotiation. They know it going into the negotiation. So we already know that's the case. Let's try to find some of those other items of value within the negotiation that we can play a little give and take so there can be a win-win. Third, always communicate directly. So if you're going to bring an offer to the table or you're receiving an offer, pick up the phone and talk to the other person. I can't tell you how many times it served me well, not just relying on a text or an email. I've been in situations where I will get 10, 12, 15 offers in a day. And how am I supposed to differentiate those for my client other than what's in black and white? Well, a lot of times out of those 15 offers, you have 3, 4, 5 that are really, really close. One way to differentiate is to do something I do. I pick up the phone and I call the other agent and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Agent, Steve Lonnen with Costello Real Estate. My buyer just walked through the home. We really love it, and we are going to be bringing you an offer. They say, great, super, look forward to it, send it in. Great. Hey, the other reason for the call is I want to make an introduction. I want to let you know who I am. I want you to let you know how I do business. I want you to get a feel for how I'm going to communicate with you throughout this process. So aside from the offer, I want to make that connection there. Also, I have peer references from other realtors that I've done business with that will speak to how I conduct my business. And we both know, agent to agent, that it's not just about the contract or the offer, it's about how we can get our clients to the finish line. So to be able to do that in a professional and consistent and concise way and do it on time, we know is both important to both of our clients. That's it. It's that simple. But just making the introduction, having the direct conversation can be a huge differentiator. There is no point, especially in something this critical, to hide behind text or email. And then fourth and finally, this is kind of a bonus tip, but this is always about the client. It's always about the client. It's always about the client. Our fiduciary responsibility is to represent their best interests. The best we can do is give them the facts, the information, take the emotion out of it, or try to diffuse as much emotion as possible, and make sure that our client is thinking as clearly as possible. So Those are my tips. Costello Real Estate and Investments is here in Charlotte. If you're thinking about buying, selling, potentially investing in property, we'd love to sit down and have a conversation. We'd certainly value that opportunity. We look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks so much.